Good morning, students. I hope you all are fine and safe at home. So, today we are going to begin with our new lesson, that is from Unit 4, 4.2, the story of Gautama's quest. Quest means search or journey. In this lesson, we will see the story of Gautama and his journey from a king to a sannyasi. So, let us see. Gautama the Buddha was born over 2500 years ago as Prince Siddhartha. He was the son of a king, Raja Subodhana. He was born on the sacred day of Vaishak Purnima at Lumbini, situated near the city of Kapilavastu. 7 days after his birth, his mother Maya Devi passed away. It was professed at his birth that the infant would grow to be either a great Chakravarti, an emperor, or a sannyasi, a renunciate who would bring comfort to thousands of lost souls. The king was determined to prevent his beloved son from renunciating the world. He surrounded the prince with every imaginable luxury and comfort. It is said that the king had 3 magnificent palaces, one for each season of the year, and in the beautiful atmosphere of this royal mansions, Prince Siddhartha lived his secluded, protected life. So, students, we all know Gautam Buddha, right? So, Gautam Buddha was born over 2500 years ago as Prince Siddhartha, and his father was Raja Shubodhana, and he was born on a sacred means an holy day. So, he was born on the holy day of Vaishak Purnima at Lumbini. When he was 7 days old, his mother Maya Devi passed away. Passed away means she died. It was prophesied. Prophesied means said what would happen in future, kind of Akashvani, where most of the Panditjis or some Babas do that. This will happen in future with this child and all that. That is known as prophesized. So when Gautam Buddha was born, it was said that he would either become a Chakravarti, which means an emperor, or a sannyasi. So the Raja Subodhana, that means the father of Prince Siddhartha, which is also known as Gautam Buddha, was bit worried because he did not wanted his child to become a sannyasi. So he gave Prince Siddhartha all kind of luxury and comfort, and for him there were 3 specific palaces built, each one for each season. That means for summer season there is another mansion or palace, etc., and he used to live his secluded or protected life inside those palaces only. Now let us see what happens next. In good times, the prince was married to one of the most beautiful girl of the realm, Princess Yashodhara, the daughter of the Kolian king. Soon a son, Rahul, was born to them. At the age of 29, Siddhartha went out to see his kingdom and to meet his subjects. He beheld what the Buddhist books call the 4 signs, witnesses to the impermanence of the world. He saw an old man, a diseased man, a dead man, and a monk. And there entered into his heart a vision of dukkha, the world's sorrow. What is the way out of the world's sorrow? He asked himself repeatedly. The unanswerable question led him to renounce worldly life, leave his wife and son, and set out in quest of the truth of life. So, students, now what happened is Prince Siddhartha got married to a very beautiful girl during his time, Princess Yashodhara, who was the daughter of Kolian king, and soon a son Rahul was also born to him. At the age of 29, Prince Siddhartha went out of his palace for the first time to look after his kingdom and his subjects. He also saw the Buddhist book, which includes 4 signs to witness the temporariness or the impermanence of the world. He saw a old man, a diseased man, a dead man, and a monk. Then he realized or got a vision of dukkha, that is world sorrow, and then he asked himself the question that why the world is in so much of sorrow. What is the cause for it? But then he saw that the question is unanswerable, so he left behind his wife, his son, his all the luxurious life kingdoms, and he went out in the search of the answer for the truth of life. Let us see next paragraph. The story of Gautama's quest that ends in illumination and attainment of nirvana is one of the most moving tales of our times. For 6 years did Gautama practice intense asceticism. For several days in succession, he ate barely a grain of rice. His strong athletic body was reduced to a bag of bones, but it served no purpose. The Buddha then scattered a handful of grass on the ground beneath the Bodhi tree and formed a seat for himself. I care not if my skin and nerves and bones decay, he thought. I care not if my life blood dries. I shall not give up until I attain to enlightenment. So, in this para, it is said that when Gautam Buddha went in the search of his answer, so that quest ends in understanding or achieving nirvana. Nirvana means a state of peace and happiness after leaving everything back home. For 6 years, he practiced severe self discipline, and it was mainly in the religious form. And during that time, he barely ate anything. So, because he did not eat anything, his strong body was become so weak that one could find his bones. So one day Gautam Buddha collected some grass from nearby and laid it under a tree, and that tree was Bodhi tree, and he sat there. And then he thought himself that he does not care if his skin or his bones decay or the blood which is there in his body dries up, but he will not give up until and unless he will find the answer for his questions. Let us read next paragraph. What divine willpower in these words, and what may not a man achieve if he would wake up his willpower? It is said that he saw a vision which contained a message for him. It acted as a spiritual stimulant to him. The words were, tune the sitar neither low nor high, the string overstretched breaks and the music dies. The string overlack is dumb and the music dies. He thought to himself, I too have tortured my body to starvation. I have taken to extremes, let me follow the middle path. In this, it is said that if a man decides to achieve something, he can wake up next day to his willpower and he can achieve that thing. Gautam Buddha also said that he saw a vision which contained a message and that acted as a booster for him, and the words were, tune the sitar neither low nor high, the string overstretched breaks and the music dies. The string overslack is dumb and the music dies. When a person plays a sitar, the music is not low or not high. But when the strings in the sitar is stretched too much, then the string breaks and the music dies. But if the string is kept loose, even then the music dies because one cannot play that sitar. So Gautam Buddha thought to himself that Then Gautam Buddha thought to himself that he has tortured his body to an extreme. So now he is going to follow the middle path. Now let us see what is that. When he tried to get up to take a bath in the river, he found that he had become so weak that he could not rise. Just then a beautiful girl named Sujata appeared before him, carrying a golden bowl filled with sweetened milk and rice. When she saw the weakened ascetic, she offered the bowl at his feet. "Lord, please accept my offering of milk and rice." Buddha accepted her offering. This was his first meal after many days of starvation. It refreshed him and infused a new strength in him. He realized that making the body suffer was not the way to enlightenment and truth. So now what happened is, when Gautam Buddha tried to get up to take a bath, he was unable to stand up. Just then a beautiful girl came. Her name was Sujata. She offered him a bowl of sweetened milk and rice. Then she saw that Gautam Buddha was unable to get up, so she offered that bowl near his feet and asked him to accept that bowl. So Gautam Buddha accepted that, and after so many days or so many years, that was his first milk. And after he ate that, he felt a new strength in his body, and he also realized that to find enlightenment and truth, I should not torture my body. Now let us see next. Gautama had longed the enlightenment. That night he found the answer to his query. What is the cause of sorrow? The cause of sorrow is desire. The cure for sorrow is to give up all desires and adopt right living. Born under a tree, the Buddha received illumination also under a tree. To this day, we venerate this tree as the Bodhi tree. So here we know that Gautama left his house to understand the reason behind the sorrow. So that night he found his answer for his question, and that was the cause of sorrow is desire. Desire means we just keep on wishing from our life that I want this in my life, I want that in my life. So he is saying that if we give up all the wishes and all the desires which we want from life and just adopt a right living, that I only want this all things to be happy, and we do not wish for more and more things, then we can acquire happiness. So under a Bodhi tree Gautam Buddha was born, and under a Bodhi tree only he understood the cause and the reason for sorrows. So from that day, with all the respect, that tree is known as Bodhi tree. So students, what did you understand from this lesson? We understood that we should not wish more and more from life. We should be happy from whatever we get and whatever we have in life. Then we can attain happiness in life. So I hope you all have understood this lesson. You can read this lesson once again by yourself. So we will meet next time with the notes of 4.2. Thank you.